Hey all, Glenn Kirshner here. So friends, there's an interesting new development in Donald Trump's Georgia State RICO prosecution. Now, I'm calling it interesting, and I know some people saw it and called it upsetting, frustrating, infuriating. I want to spend a few minutes talking about this new development and trying to explain why I don't see it as all that concerning. Let's start with the new reporting. This from NBC News. Headline: Georgia judge gives Trump permission to appeal order keeping DA Fani Willis on election interference case. And that article begins: a judge on Wednesday gave former President Donald Trump and 8 of his co-defendants permission to appeal the order allowing Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis to remain on the Georgia election interference case despite their allegations of misconduct. Fulton County Superior Court Judge Scott McAfee granted a certificate of immediate review, citing Trump and his co-defendants' argument that McAfee's decision to keep Willis on the case is of such importance to the case that immediate review should be had. McAfee ruled last week that Willis would be allowed to stay on the racketeering case she brought against Trump if Nathan Wade, the special prosecutor she appointed, resigned. Wade resigned that afternoon. The defendants could not directly appeal McAfee's decision at this point in the case, so they had asked him, the judge, to approve a certificate of immediate review, which would put the matter before an appeals court. The ruling gives the State Court of Appeals 45 days to decide whether to hear Trump's appeal of McAfee's order once the appeal is filed. The attorneys have 10 days to file the appeal. If the appeals court agrees to hear the appeal and then decides to disqualify Willis, that would upend and delay the sprawling prosecution for at least months while a new prosecutor is selected to take over the case. And friends, before we talk about why I don't think this is really all that concerning a development, let's first have a look at the Georgia state law that applies to this situation, and then let's turn to Judge McAfee's very short order. First of all, the Georgia state law involving certification required for immediate review of non-final orders, decisions, or judgment reads in part as follows: in any appeal under this chapter where the order, decision, or judgment is not final, it shall be necessary that the trial judge certify within 10 days of the entry thereof that the order, decision, or judgment is of such importance to the case that an immediate review should be had. And here is some of Judge McAfee's very short order that he just issued. Upon review of the defendant's joint motion for a certificate of immediate review, the court finds that the order on the defendant's motions to dismiss and disqualify the Fulton County District Attorney, issued March 15, 2024, is of such importance to the case that immediate review should be had. Accordingly, the requested motion is granted. Now, friends, I don't want to bury the lead here because I have not yet read you the most important sentence in Judge McAfee's order, and it's the sentence that leads me to conclude that this is not all that troubling a development. Here is that sentence. The court intends to continue addressing the many other unrelated pending pretrial motions, regardless of whether the petition is granted within 45 days of filing, and even if any subsequent appeal is expedited by the appellate court.